Wish You Were Here solo by Pink Floyd, brought to you by popular demand in the form of a few people commenting on the Wish You Were Here Part 1 video. Click down the link below to see that video. Couple of things as well. I'm using what's called a dual pick. I don't know whether you guys can see, but this pick actually has two little picks on it. I'll do a zoom in or a photo or something at this point. Makes everything sound very bright, very cool. And it gives everything a bit of a 12-string tone. Definitely worth checking out. The link to that is in the description, along with, many of you may notice that the third string on this acoustic guitar is not wound, it is thinner, it is like an electric guitar string. These are acoustic guitar strings, they're just super thin, and because of the bending and because of some of the techniques, you definitely want to make sure that you've got new strings on it, otherwise all the sliding will really hurt your fingers. But also, Diodario, thinner strings. A lot of acoustic guitars have 11s, 12s or even 13s on them. If you get a set of 10s, and this set is for 9s, which I demo or show people who come for private lessons just how all the benefits that can be had by going for thinner strings. I really recommend checking them out. Strings cost as little as £5, so around $7 or $8, and if you buy them from the links below, you are supporting this website and my YouTube channel. Let's get straight on with this then. So we start off with our middle finger sliding from 2nd fret to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So we pick, and then just after we've picked, keep the same pressure down and slide to that 4th fret. Then the 1st finger we sound that note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and we keep down the same pressure. Then with your 3rd or even little finger, we play 5th fret on string 2, 4 on string 3, back to the 1st finger from the note we played before. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we have a flick off section here where I would probably do it with my little finger, because for most beginners that is a bit of a stretch. We have our little finger down on 4th fret, 1st finger already down because we're going to flick off to it. We pick the 4th finger, flick off to the 1st finger, and then another flick off to the open string. And then we hit the open D string. Then it's a slide from 1st fret to 2nd fret of the 5th string with our 1st finger. Open D string twice. That whole section. And that is the top line, or the first of 4 sections of this guitar solo. So that's definitely the first thing to get. If all of that is too tough for you, you want to look at some hammer-on flick-off exercises and sliding exercises, all to come in my Improver course coming at the end of 2016. The second section is one of my favourites ever. The slides in this section are just beautiful. So we have a flat 1st finger at the 3rd fret, immediately slide into 5th and keeping the same pressure down. This is where having newer strings will really benefit, or getting some fast fret on your strings to make them a bit more slidey and a bit more lubricated. And just having thinner strings on in general will really help. And then back to 3rd. So after this, we have the same move, but with our middle finger still at 3rd fret, first finger at 2nd fret of the string above, and we hit those two together. Sliding another 2 frets. 2 fret slides are so common in any guitar solos. Back to where you came from, so that one more time. Slide, 3rd, slide, back. To the open string on both strings, 2 and 3. Then the same move again, a slide, slide again, come back to the open. Really slow now, guys, if you want to play along, join in. 3, 4, 1. One last time for this section. 3, 4, pause. Now we're on to the trickiest section, the 3rd part of 4 parts. We start off exactly the same as we started the whole solo, but then hit the 3rd string again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we hit the little finger down, and I would support this and do this bend with all 4 fingers down. If you're doing bends with 1 finger and you're wondering why you're not quite getting up to the pitch that you are aiming for, this is one of the reasons why. You need to support a bend. You cannot bend just with 1 finger pushing up. It's really, really bad technique, and you're going to cause injuries and all sorts of stuff. So for this, I would really recommend, as soon as that little finger's gone down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 4 fingers down, parallel. The only finger that's sounding is our little finger, but we push up together, and we just bend up, just the 1 fret bend. And then to our first finger at the 2nd fret. More lessons on string bending coming soon. I'm just doing a lesson on this tutorial at the moment. The next part has a really tough slide, and unless you have super thin strings on it, you're not going to be able to do this bend. You'll see if you see other teachers teaching this, or lessons on it, or covers of this solo, this next bend, they never quite get high enough there, because you can't with normal gauge strings. So a way around it would be to slide after. Slide from 4th to 5th to 6th fret, sorry. And do that part of the solo with a slide instead of a bend, which is what I would encourage everyone to do, because not all of you are going to change your strings on the guitar. I wouldn't expect you to. It's a much easier part to get the correct pitch of. So slide 4 to 6 with your middle finger, 3 to 5 on the B string, same slide again, finishing off at the 2nd fret. And to do it with the bend, bending up, I would do it with my middle finger supporting with the first, so that we're leaving this little triangle here, like this, of all the notes that we're kind of playing in this song. And after this is the last part of it. It begins the same as that 3rd line. ending. And that's the end of the solo. So beginning the same as before, the third line. And the end of the solo. Okie dokie, so let's have a full recap. The tab is also available on the website in the link in the description, along with the Wish You Were Here songbook at a discounted price, where you have the most full accurate tab, and I can't remember what price it is, but we have got a discount on the website, and the link's down in the description. It shows a really the clearest tab for this solo and all of the sections of this song. From the very top, 2, 3, 4, 1. Three, 4, 1. Three, 4, 1. One. And then you're into your song, which is in part 1 of this video lesson, and that's the end of this one. Just to clarify about the strings, getting thinner strings on there may only be a temporary measure. You may only need to, just while you get accustomed to sliding and bending, but just to super clarify, this is a beginner's guitar channel, so I'm expecting everyone doing this lesson and following it up to be in the first few years of playing, and they may not be used to string bending or sliding and things of that nature. So this is a great choice for beginners, especially if you're getting big lines in your fingers and you want your strings to be a little bit lower. There is more technicalities to it than that, so definitely make sure you read the write-up for this lesson in the description below. That's the end of this Wish You Were Here lesson. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Please click the links on the screen now to either subscribe or check out any more of my free lessons. I'll see you again, guys. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.